What's up, guys? Welcome back. Figured I'd talk to you today a little bit about meal prep, meal management, and kind of how I set myself up for success diet-wise to make sure you got everything you need. Uh, First off, I just was going to go about when I was gonna make this video. I thought, oh man, I gotta clean the kitchen, I gotta pick everything up, I gotta clean the stove, I gotta see my fridge, and then I realized, wait a minute, I guarantee everybody's kitchen looks like this right now. In all of the meal prep videos that I've watched, everyone's kitchen is nicely manicured, the counter is all clean, the stove is perfectly clean, and just everything's all nice and prepped up, and they slice the chicken breasts on the nice clean countertop, and they put it in the nice clean stove, and it comes out all clean looking. I call bullshit. Nobody's kitchen looks like that ever. Especially if you have a family and kids, this is what you got. I mean, this is what you come home to most days. And I think this is usually the biggest hurdle that people come to when it comes to meal prep. Because most of us get home at the end of the day and we take care of the kids, the family, all the important stuff. And then we go, oh, I need to do some meal prep. And my kitchen looks like this. That's real motivating. That makes me want to do some meal prep. No, I mean, look at all this stuff. We got the kids' backpack, of course. Salsa, multiple items of clothing, sweatshirt, sweatpants, 3 bags of chocolate chips. Definitely in the meal prep plan. I make some mean peanut butter balls. Dog treats. Look at this, we got some pet urine destroyer. We got a new puppy. Avocados. Oh yeah, oh, my delivery from Ghost. Scored some of the CBum pre-workout for Black Friday. Oh, lottery tickets. $10, better keep that one. But, I mean, and the stove is filthy. So you guys get it. It's not always going to be optimal conditions to do the meal prep in. But my mode of thought is that I usually say, screw it, I'm going to make more of a mess to get done what I need to get done. Then I'll worry about the mess afterwards. Because I'll do it at some point. It'll get done at some point. Remember, you can still do your meal prep even if it doesn't look like Martha Stewart's kitchen. So, anywho. Gotta look at my notes here. So yeah, on tonight's menu, chicken and rice. I like chicken and rice because like any bodybuilder, it's a lean meat, it's high in protein, the rice is a nice complex carb, and chicken and rice is extremely versatile, I think. Some people say they get bored of it, but plain chicken and plain rice can always be seasoned or sauced 1,000 different ways to come up with limitless flavor combinations. More than 1,000. Who knows? You know, use your imagination. So I typically shoot for having chicken with or without rice 5 to 6 days a week as my main protein source. I always try to get in one source of fish a week. Usually tuna fish because it's convenient, and at least serving of red beef a week, at least a serve of red meat a week, because I think it's important, because obviously we know the fish has the omega-3s, the fatty acids, and red meat has a lot of important components too, and I think it's important that we switch up our protein sources because all of those protein sources have a different amino acid profile, and all of the amino acids are important. So I just think it's good for your body to get protein from multiple different sources. But yeah, mostly chicken. Always try to incorporate some beef and some fish in there as well. But yeah, today, chicken and rice. Super creative. But the reason I'm doing this is because I just show you guys how I prep the chicken super plain, super easy, baked, comes from the oven, put it into a container, and then it's prepped for the week. Way easy. You don't have to worry about the extras that are on it as far as calculating macros, because it's just the chicken with a little bit of seasoning on it. So when you're calculating macros, you don't have to try and worry about, oh, I put olive oil on it. Oh, I put a bunch of butter on it. Oh, I use this sauce. I gotta make sure I calculate the sauce. No, keep it plain, weigh it plain, calculate it plain, makes everything way easier. And then a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of your sauce if you want to add that. And then calculating your macros becomes way easier than trying to cook it in all kinds of sauce or whatever. And then you got to figure out how to add that in afterwards. I like this method. It works for me. It just keeps things simple and easy to do. So let's get into it. First thing we're going to do is find a pan. Yeah, find a pan. They should be down here. Hey, look, first try. Usually 2 pans. You'll see why. Usually 2. Oh, hey, it probably helped to preheat the oven as well. But my Martha Stewart Living staff didn't do that already for me. Chicken breast, 350. That's what we're gonna bake it at. Preheat 350. Gotta get in the teats. Move my notes. Keep my notes. So don't sound dumb for you guys. Tin foil. Makes cleanup easier. Yeah. All right, we talked about not cooking them in a ton of oils, butters, whatever, so you're not adding in those extra calories that you really are calculating. Because you're like, oh, I cooked plain chicken breast. Oh, but you really cooked it in half a stick of butter. And God forbid you calculate that in your macros. I don't know why I'm not losing any weight. So yes, this is plain olive oil cooking spray. Even though it says 0 calories, it does have some calories in it. It's just below the amount that I have to record. So it says serving size, 1/4 second spray. So if you guys want to time me, I'll try and stay within the serving size. Probably doubled it. Doubled the 0 calories. But no, in all seriousness, guys, these olive oil cooking sprays do have caloric value to them. So you can't go crazy with the amount you use. I literally just use a teeny tiny little bit so I don't have to peel the chicken off the tin foil after. Don't be that asshole who does like 45-second spray because it adds a little flavor to the chicken. No. Non-stick spray. Keep it from sticking, that's it. Here we go. Got our pans out. Chicken. Stuff. Moved. Kind of out of our way. Knife. Cutting board. Cutting flap. But anywho, I don't know what kind of chicken they've been growing in your neck of the woods, but this is this weighs 5 pounds, 5.12 pounds, and it's 4 chicken breasts. That's over a pound per chicken breast. And that seems to be the trend lately, that we have gargantuan chickens roaming around these farms. But anywho, so just to keep it so you guys see, I really don't put a lot of time and effort into these. Because they're so massive, I usually trim the fat, then I take them and we kind of fillet it right down the center. So then your giant chicken breast is now 2 nice little cutlets that cook up easier, aren't so tough, and they cook up a little faster as well. So it just makes things easier. And yeah, while we're cutting up this chicken, I guess we could get on the topic of when did chicken breasts get so gargantuan? I mean, everyone claims there's no genetically modified food or whatever, which, you know what? You watch enough farm documentaries, which I do and guys at work do, you start to see that, yeah, they probably don't genetically modify these, but at the same time, I think we've probably selectively bred the chickens so that we have these massive, big titty chickens with nice, clean, white meat that everyone loves. How good is it? But anywho, that's a tangent for totally another day. But anywho, well, one more here. Usually, all I'm trimming off is I usually leave that piece of bone where the rib meat is attached, and any extra little fat gristle hanging off down the center. Just like that. Take this guy, add it to the pile. That, and get all the raw chicken off my hands. Find a rag, here we go. Boom, chicken prep. Then, my go-to seasoning, getting low, is this guy, the blend, the Kinders. But it's just salt, pepper, garlic. That's all it is. The big 3, I think that's all you need. A little salt, pepper, garlic. Dabble it on there. I'm usually not very shy in my application of this. I'm usually pretty heavy-handed with the spices, especially where it's just salt, pepper, garlic, and you're really not adding any caloric value to the food. As far as sodium intake goes, you gotta be mindful of it, but if you're eating super clean and you're not eating a lot of processed foods, you're actually possibly not getting enough sodium in your diet that you should be getting. I salt my chicken, and the rice that I eat has some salt in it depending on which flavor variety that I go with. So that's really only the sodium intake I have in my diet. So I actually, especially with the amount of exercise that I do, and you folks who exercise as well, you're expending a lot more sodium just because of all the cellular functions that need to take place with sodium that are amplified through exercise. So you actually need to make sure you're getting enough sodium in your diet. If you're eating all this healthy, reduced sodium food, you do run the risk of being deficient in sodium. So don't be afraid to salt your food. And if you're tracking all your other metrics, the other one's gonna be your blood pressure. If you're tracking your blood pressure regularly and your blood pressure isn't sky high, then you're probably all right to salt your food. If you're salting the crap out of all your food all the time and your blood pressure's through the roof, probably back off on the salt a little bit. So be mindful of these things, guys, and just pay attention to it. So, yeah, our oven is still preheating. So we're gonna get the chicken over here. Bada bing, bada boom. Get other stuff out of our way. Hey, look, this one's actually clean. Check the oven. So no, my oven has not beeped yet. That is actually at 350 degrees. But because I cook chicken like this twice a week usually, I know we're pretty close. So I'm gonna throw it in now, and you watch, it'll beep in like 10 minutes, 10 seconds, whatever. Timer on 30 minutes. 30, half an hour. Boom. So yeah, cook it at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. Depending on the size of your chicken breast, those ones were massive, and I still only do 30 minutes after cutting them in half. If you got smaller chicken breasts and you cooked them, if you got smaller chicken breasts and you cut them in half, you probably have to cook them for less time, or if you kept them whole, you could still probably only cook them for 30 minutes. But that's kind of one of those things. I don't use a meat thermometer to check the internal temperature of my chicken. I've just cooked chicken 9,000 times, so I've kind of gotten the knack of it at this point, whether it comes out good or not. So cook it enough times to get the hang of it. But that's a great starting point. 350, 30 minutes, and pretty well good chicken. Well good chicken. Pretty well good chicken. Yeah, that's what you want, guys. Some well good chicken. Good adjectives, Keith. Alright. Anywho, so yeah. Now that the chicken's, and that's pretty much it. You saw it talking to you guys. That wasn't a huge amount of prep. I bought the chicken from the store. I put it in the fridge. I took the chicken out of the fridge. I cut the chicken in half, put it on a pan, put it in the oven. It's gonna sit in there for 30 minutes. I'm gonna take it out of the oven and I'm gonna put it in a container. Boom, meal prep done. So yeah, this is the 30 minutes where you're waiting for the chicken to cook. This is honestly usually the time that I'm like, well, what do I do now? Oh yeah, I can clean up all this crap. So yeah. I guarantee you, if you're married, you also have one of these. This is a nice basket that was supposed to be a lovely accent piece on the counter. And it's just a catch-all for everything. Everything. But it looks so nice. Whew. So yeah, got the kitchen picked up and chicken's still cooking. We got 9 minutes left on the chicken. So yeah, killed 20 minutes by getting everything picked up. Guess now we'll go find something productive to do. And boom, half an hour later, chicken's done. So yeah, guys, pretty quick, simple, easy way to meal prep if you ask me. Cut it, spice it, bake it, wait 30 minutes, it's done and over with. So pull it out of the oven, let it cool off, then I just take them all and throw them in a big container like this. You can throw it in the fridge and then cut it up and portion it off for your meals as you need to. This guy, if you don't have one, get one of these. It's going to be your best friend. Gotta have one of these if you want to be accurate. We got the chicken made, the chicken's to the side. Oh yeah, rice. Rice is like 30-second conversation. I keep it super simple, way simple. I go to the store, spend a little bit more, but I buy these guys, the rice packets. And I get them at Sam's Club in a big box. And I always have them on hand because you take your chicken out of the container, you cut it up, you weigh it, you take your rice, you put it in the microwave for 90 seconds, you take it out, you put it in with the chicken. So I literally put the rice in the microwave while it cooks, I cut the chicken, I add the rice in a container, walk out the door. So I've kind of taken the meal prep and made it as dumbed down and simple and easy and as manageable as possible. Then, like I said, super versatile, plain chicken, plain rice, add whatever you want to it. A couple of my go-tos, you guys probably already know this, salsa, doesn't have a lot of extra crap, doesn't have a lot of caloric value, 10 calories, 150 milligrams of sodium, not a ton of salt, great way to add a little flavor to a meal. And one of my go-tos is A1. A1 on chicken's really good. Same thing, 15 calories, super low caloric value, and 290 milligrams of sodium. Still not super high. And like I said about the sodium before, make sure you're not getting too much, but also make sure you're not getting too little sodium, especially if you're exercising a lot. Boom. There it is, guys. Chicken, rice, everything nice. You know, not reinventing the wheel here. Just showing you guys how I go about making meal prep manageable and making it work for me. So that's how I do it. Doesn't take that much time. And if you guys are thinking that, wow, I really don't have time for that, I think it took me like 45 minutes total. And also, it is 12:10 in the morning right now. Midnight 10. It's just after midnight. Because, yeah, if you want something, you make the time to do it. Get it done, guys.